And we've been hearing from election administrators for the last couple of days on how voters need to prepare before heading to the polls. Prepare as in learning about the candidates and the issues on the ballot. And as Rudy Trevino found out today, the information is out there, but some counties have delayed putting up their sample ballots.
The reason for that delay is simple.
The state of Texas was ordered by the Supreme Court of Texas to add 2 Green Party members to the ballot, so we had to start our reprogramming and the ballot printing process.
Refugio County Elections Administrator Rachel Garcia tells 3 News this election is like no other. With about 5,000 registered voters and a usual 60% turnout, they're doing all they can to get as much information out there as possible. And not just about ballot information, but polling locations as well.
Some of our locations we've had to move to big community centers that are available. That way our voters will have that extra spacing and to help accommodate, the spacing of the machines and the long lines.
The same holds true for elections administrators in other counties, like B and Jim Hogg, where information is foremost, but right alongside that is safety.
We had to change all of our polling locations due to COVID and the social distancing.
B County has sent out to many voters across the county our election schedule. We are going to be doing extended voting hours, of course, starting on October the 13th, with the first week being a drive-through voting. And then the last 2 weeks will be open 12 hours, Monday through Friday, 7 to 7, both weeks.
Nueces County, in the meantime, the most populous, has already posted its sample ballot and updated all the races and issues. Also on the website, a complete sample ballot that can be printed. In fact, voters can do the same in whatever county they live in. Elections administrators tell us it's a good way to jot down and what you're voting on.
Be prepared, get their sample ballots, do their studying ahead of time. Remember, electronic devices are not allowed, but you can certainly write down your choices so that you can go through a ballot quicker.
More county election information can be found online. Just go to the Texas Secretary of State site and click on your respective county for polling and ballot samples. Printed copies will also be available at each county's election offices. Rudy Trevino, 3 News.